Okay, everybody, this is Paul here. Paul's Path. It's a path, man. It's just a path that we take, a spiritual path that we take to be no longer interested in drugs and alcohol because we're so comfortable in our own skin. We're not restless, irritable, discontent, fearful, angry, resentful, shame, guilt, self-pity, and the like. We're not tiring so easily when we're trying to suit life to fit ourselves, and we are no longer interested in alcohol. So I talked earlier on TikTok about the promises, and behind every principle is a promise. Every spiritual principle is a promise. Okay? And we have to live along the spiritual path. So there's promises behind two. Step one is not really promises. Step one is the problem. Okay? It's not the solution. So step one is the problem. Most important step. If you got cancer, the most important thing you could do is figure out, do you have cancer and what is cancer? So the most important thing here, I think, is am I an alcoholic and addict? What does that mean? Does it mean I'm going to have a bad day, or does it mean I'm going to drink myself to death and overdose on drugs? So basically, what is an alcoholic? Now, don't get yourself all up in a knot because you don't know if you're an alcoholic or not. Here's the test. Here's the litmus test. For God, I said it the other day, and for if you're an alcoholic. Do you want to stop using drugs? If you're an addict, right? Do you want to stop using drugs and drinking alcohol? If the answer is yes, I'll ask you the second question. Can you on your own? Can you? Have you tried stopping on your own? Can you stop on your own? No. Yes, no. Yes, no. That means we got a program for you. We have a program suited just for you. It's a roadmap to sobriety. It's a roadmap to getting in a position where you're no longer interested in alcohol. Getting back to the principles, there's principles behind every humility. Tolerance are principles. Patience is a principle. The steps are principles. You work these steps, you live these principles, and behind every principle is a promise. Like the unbroken video. I talked about the unbroken video earlier. He says behind every principle is a promise, but behind your feelings, there might not be anything there. I don't feel like waking up. Well, who does? Waking up and doing something spiritual is a spiritual principle. You might be pushing your dreams back and your sobriety back months or weeks or even a year by not getting up today. You could drink today by not getting up, and you could go on a 6-month run is what that means. What does it mean? It means by not doing what I'm supposed to do today, I'm at risk of drinking. If I drink, I'm pushing that back, sobriety back maybe forever. I don't know how long. But I'm pushing it back because I'm going to go on a run. I'm going to become more of an alcoholic. Every day I'm more of an alcoholic. Even today I'm more of an alcoholic because the enzymes, quantity and quality, are being depleted. We have a chemical deficiency. We can no longer monetize alcohol like a normal person. It goes down to acetone, goes to the brain cavity, and we crave more. And the normal person, it metabolizes it down to sugar, water, and carbon dioxide passed off by the body. So we have this phenomenon of craving. The more we drink, I said this many times, but if somebody's new, the more we drink, the more we crave. The more water we drink, the thirstier we get. So that's what the deal is there. So what else? Behind every principle is a promise. So the step 10 principles is what I'm focused on today. I no longer am interested in alcohol. The problem has been removed. I recoil from it like a hot flame. If I see alcohol, if I see alcohol, it doesn't bother me. I see poison. I look at liquid Drano, it doesn't bother me. But if somebody offers me a drink and puts it near my lips or says, hey, come on, have a shot, I will recoil from it like a hot flame. If I take that drink and it sets off the allergy, I don't know how long I'm going to be out there. Maybe forever. I couldn't get sober. I don't think I can get sober now. It was too hard 19 years ago. 19 years sober, not interested in the drink. The problem has been removed. Those are the promises I came here for. I didn't want to stop like and just be white knuckling it. I thought like these people are not interested in drugs and alcohol. And by the sounds of it, by listening to their stories, they were just like me. Alcoholic and addict just like me, but they're staying sober. And they're not interested in alcohol. What are they doing? You know, book says we need God. So they're trying to increase their conscious contact with God. They're trying to get to God in their life. If you don't believe in God, this is the second part of the video. Do you believe in love? Do you love your dog? Do you love grandma? Everybody loves grandma, right? Do you love anything? Do you love food? So if you love your dog or grandma or somebody in your life or something in your life, then your higher power is love, because God is love. Love is God. Let's get busy working the remaining steps. In step 3, we're going to make a decision between insanity or death or life on a spiritual basis. You know, every day is a day we got to carry, you know, God's will and God's vision into all of our affairs, right? And then these promises, step 9, you know, the feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We'll comprehend the word serenity and we'll know peace. No matter how far down we fall, no matter how much we drank, no matter how much problems we got and losing wife, losing kid, I can see how my experience can help somebody else. You can relate with me by losing the son, right? You can relate to me by losing the job, the car, and the wife, right? You can relate. I've recovered from that. I'm no longer interested in alcohol and drugs. You can relate to the bad stuff, and now hopefully you have hope that you're going to be able to get sober. Step 2, came to believe that I can be sober. How? Through a spiritual path, higher power. Get to that later. We don't have faith yet. We start off with believing that we can be sober through this process. Somewhere along the way, the higher power just shows up. The diamond in the garbage can, it starts to get brighter. Somewhere along the way, I think it was at step 5 with me. Step 5 is where I really learned a lot about myself. There's a lot of humility in step 5. A clear recognition of who and what I really am, followed by a sincere attempt to become what I can be. I really am an alcoholic. I know what that means. I'm armored facts about myself. And what I can be is I can be sober and I can have the problem removed. I can have no thoughts of alcohol. That's step 2. Step 3 is just make a decision between 1 and 2. I said it many times. There's no door number 3. Insanity or death, life on a spiritual basis. If you pick life on a spiritual basis, you go to step 4, and your God for now, or maybe forever, is love. God is love. Love is God. Simple as that, man. Just get busy. You're gonna die, so you might as well follow what we do. If there is no God, this thing works without a God. If there is a God, you better find him now. So no God, it works. God, it works. I know atheists that are living on, it's an action. It's a spiritual program of action. It's not really a spiritual program of believing in God. It's a spiritual program of action, but you got to have faith in something. You got to have faith in something. Deep down inside every man, woman, and child is a fundamental idea of a higher power, you know, of God and some type of God, right? Energy or ocean. I don't like that stuff, energy and ocean, but I like Jesus and I like God. You know, I like to use the Bible as a compass. I'm not going to get into it, but if I got into Buddhism, you guys would listen. But if I get into the Bible or Jesus, everybody's like, don't do that. You know, we all have a different higher power, but the book does say, see where religious people are right and make use of what they have to offer. So they made use of the King James Bible. And I looked it up last night, and in that Bible, the Old Testament, it talks about forgiveness 56 times. And in the New Testimony, Jesus told Peter to forgive 70 times 7. That's a lot. 70 times 7, was that 490? 490. That's a lot of times to forgive, man. Forgive everybody 490 times. Wow. Good stuff. Good stuff where they started Alcoholics Anonymous. It says they warn you, we're going to talk about religion. It warns you right on page 18 or 19. It says, we're going to talk about religion. We don't want to disturb you, but we're going to talk about it because the program came from a bunch of religions, but mostly a Christian religion. But if you're Buddhist and stuff, the principles are the same. Buddhism, do not let another person destroy your inner peace. Okay, Christianity, treat those the way you want to be treated, right? Inner peace, that's what we're going for. All religions talk about inner peace, I think. I know there's a Shrine Lake up there, Santa Monica, but it's 10 minutes. I'm going to stop this because I can't go any longer than 10 minutes on TikTok. So I love you all. Have a great day. I hope you got something out of the video. I'm going to try to translate the first of it to Spanish, but it's going to get cut off in 3 minutes, I think. So love you all. We'll talk later. We're going to have videos later. Nice, fun videos.